Want to get the most out of your next getaway or business trip? Get over to Belmont, North Carolina, and feel the Hamptonality. At the Hampton Inn Charlotte Belmont at Moncross, we give you friendly service at a great value. You'll rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton bed. The crisp white linens and duvet give a fresh start to every guest each morning. Every morning begins with our free hot breakfast, including delicious waffles and hearty oatmeal. And with free Wi-Fi, you're guaranteed to stay connected. We're conveniently located just 8 miles from the center of Charlotte, 7 miles from the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and just 1 mile from Belmont Abbey College. Book your stay by visiting Hampton.com or by calling 704-825-6100. Again, that's Hampton.com or calling 704-825-6100. Feel the Hamptonality at the preferred hotel for Crusaders athletics, the Hampton Inn Charlotte Belmont at Moncross. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place. www.abbeyathletics.com.
Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improved.
Gaston County is a great place to raise a family. The benefits of the Charlotte Metro blended with the familiarity of several bedroom communities make Gaston a wonderful place to become a first-time home buyer. But in a shifting market, it's paramount to find a company that will work even harder for you in a very competitive landscape. Might I suggest to you Moss Realty? Moss Realty wants to serve you as an advocate through the home buying process. I've seen the hard work of the staff on a personal level. The attention to detail and their knowledge of Gaston County is top-notch. Moss Realty can help you make a pleasure out of life's biggest purchase. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. Moss Realty can turn dream home searching into dream home living. That number one more time, 704-865-5555. That's Moss Realty. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders Athletics on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network is brought to you by Pine Island Country Club, Domino's, Moss Realty, the Hampton Inn by Hilton at Moncross, and Ortho Carolina. You improve. We take you now to the www.abbeyathletics.com broadcast booth. It's time to raise the red on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Back here at Alumni Field, On the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Good afternoon, everybody. So glad that you could be here for the final home game of the 2018 regular season on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Brian Rushing here with you. So glad that you could join us this afternoon for women's lacrosse action between the Crusaders and the Florida Southern Mocs. When we come back on the other side of this timeout, we'll have the starting lineups as the Crusaders look to raise the red on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Want to get the most out of your next getaway or business trip? Want to get the most out of your next getaway or business trip? Get over to Belmont, North Carolina, and feel the Hamptonality. At the Hampton Inn Charlotte Belmont at Moncross, we give you friendly service at a great value. You'll rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton bed. The crisp white linens and duvet give a fresh start to every guest each morning. Every morning begins with our free hot breakfast, including delicious waffles and hearty oatmeal. And with free Wi-Fi, you're guaranteed to stay connected. We're conveniently located just 8 miles from the center of Charlotte, 7 miles from the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and just 1 mile from Belmont Abbey College. Book your stay by visiting Hampton.com or by calling 704-825-6100. Again, that's Hampton.com or calling 704-825-6100. Feel the Hamptonality at the preferred hotel for Crusaders athletics, the Hampton Inn Charlotte Belmont at Moncross. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place. www.abbeyathletics.com.
Pain. Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improved.
Gaston County is a great place to raise a family. The benefits of the Charlotte Metro blended with the familiarity of several bedroom communities make Gaston a wonderful place to become a first-time homebuyer. But in a shifting market, it's paramount to find a company that will work even harder for you in a very competitive landscape. Might I suggest to you Moss Realty? Moss Realty wants to serve you as an advocate through the home buying process. I've seen the hard work of the staff on a personal level. The attention to detail and their knowledge of Gaston County is top-notch. Moss Realty can help you make a pleasure out of life's biggest purchase. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. Moss Realty can turn dream home searching into dream home living. That number one more time, 704-865-5555. That's Moss Realty. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place. www.abbeyathletics.com. Back here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network, here at Alumni Field. Final home game for women's lacrosse of the 2018 schedule. So let's go ahead and get right into the starting lineups. First for Florida Southern, they come in ranked 4th nationally in the country. 2 years ago, the national champion. Last year, the national runner-up are the Florida Southern Mocs. Let's go ahead and take a look at that starting lineup this afternoon as Megan Vidala will be in the defense. A senior out of Rochester, New York, Sarah Rhinesmith, a senior out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, will be on the back line along with Sam Kesey, a junior out of Bel Air, Maryland, also in the back line for Florida Southern this afternoon. Also, or I should say, in the midfield this afternoon. The midfielders this afternoon will be Danny Bersinger, a junior out of Powell, Ohio. Marina Josicos, a sophomore out of Wolfboro, New Hampshire. Emily Santoli, a senior out of Fort Salonga, New York. Michaela Gately will be in the defense this afternoon for Florida Southern. In the attack position this afternoon for Florida Southern will be Shannon Matza, a junior out of Kings Park, New York. Shannon Gilfelder, a junior, or I should say a senior out of Longwood, Florida, will be on the front line, along with Megan O'Brien, the senior out of Rochester, New York. For Kara Reber's Florida Southern Mocs for the Crusaders this afternoon. Sarah Schaefer will be on the back line, the freshman out of Miller Place, New York. Bryn Kelly will be in the defense, also a senior out of Delran, New Jersey. Marissa Laidley will be on the back line for the Crusaders, a freshman out of Chesapeake Beach, Maryland. In the midfield, Yasmina Hernandez getting the start this afternoon. The freshman out of Lake Worth, Florida, will be followed by Rebecca Stromberg, the senior out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Abby Kranich will be in the midfield, a freshman out of Orlando, Florida. She'll have Madison Eberhardt beside of her, a junior out of Lake Mary, Florida. Allison Klein, a sophomore out of Smithburg, Maryland, will be on the attack for the Crusaders. Kylie Eastman, a freshman out of Mechanicsville, Maryland, will also be in the attack, as well as Rebecca Luca, the senior out of Massapequa, New York. In goal this afternoon for the Crusaders, Annie Brannon, the junior out of Charlotte Catholic High School. She'll be facing off against Alana Zambetti. Zambetti, the sophomore out of Gulf Breeze, Florida, for Kara Reber's club. As we got the starting lineups, the only thing we wait for now is the start of action at the top of the hour as the Crusaders look to raise the red on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Folks, don't forget, two ways you can reach us throughout the course of this afternoon's action. You can find us on Twitter by going to @TheBASN. That's @TheBASN, where you can find us. Please follow us, tag us in your tweets. If you do, use the hashtag BAC Live. And then, of course, you can send your emails to me throughout the course of the action today by going to Brian Rushing at BAC.edu. That's Brian Rushing at BAC.edu. When we come back, we'll have the start of the action on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. We'll be right back. Want to get the most out of your next getaway or business trip? Get over to Belmont, North Carolina, and feel the Hamptonality. At the Hampton Inn Charlotte Belmont at Moncross, we give you friendly service at a great value. You'll rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton bed. The crisp white linens and duvet give a fresh start to every guest each morning. Every morning begins with our free hot breakfast, including delicious waffles and hearty oatmeal. And with free Wi-Fi, you're guaranteed to stay connected. We're conveniently located just 8 miles from the center of Charlotte, 7 miles from the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and just 1 mile from Belmont Abbey College. Book your stay by visiting Hampton.com or by calling 704-825-6100. Again, that's Hampton.com or calling 704-825-6100. Feel the Hamptonality at the preferred hotel for Crusaders athletics, the Hampton Inn Charlotte Belmont at Moncross. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place. www.abbeyathletics.com.
Pain. Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improve.
Gaston County is a great place to raise a family. The benefits of the Charlotte Metro blended with the familiarity of several bedroom communities make Gaston a wonderful place to become a first-time homebuyer. But in a shifting market, it's paramount to find a company that will work even harder for you in a very competitive landscape. Might I suggest to you Moss Realty? Moss Realty wants to serve you as an advocate through the home buying process. I've seen the hard work of the staff on a personal level. The attention to detail and their knowledge of Gaston County is top-notch. Moss Realty can help you make a pleasure out of life's biggest purchase. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. Moss Realty can turn dream home searching into dream home living. That number one more time, 704-865-5555. That's Moss Realty. And we welcome you back to Alumni Field on the campus of Belmont Abbey College in beautiful Belmont, North Carolina, and it's going to be just that this afternoon. As the Crusaders will play the final home game of their 2018 regular season. They'll be back here on the 25th of April for a conference quarterfinal matchup here at Alumni Field, as it'll be the fourth-ranked Florida Southern Mocs taking on the Crusaders this afternoon. Florida Southern in the first half will go from right to left. They'll be in the red uniforms this afternoon, as Rebecca Stromberg will be in the middle for the Crusaders, wearing the all-whites, the white jerseys and the white skirts, as they'll go from left to right here to get things started this afternoon. As it looks to be Danny Bersinger for the Mocs against Stromberg. It's collected by Florida Southern as Sam Kesey has it, and now the Mocs will look to advance it into their offensive zone. Bersinger has it. Just getting started here at Alumni Field. So they'll pitch it back outside. The lob pass jammed over the top of Annie Brannon, and moments into the contest, Casey O'Brien finds the back of the goal for Florida Southern. For O'Brien, if it counts, that's goal number 26 on the season. And the lead goes to 1-0 in favor of Florida Southern. This afternoon, temperatures getting near 80 degrees. This afternoon, oddly enough, it's the first time that we've gotten near 80 degrees in about a month and a half, as we had a very, very warm February. March was considerably cooler than we anticipated, and certainly much cooler than we've seen in recent memory. As Florida Southern, with the goal, has the quick 1-0 advantage. So the ball goes airborne. Felsosi looking to track it down. Bersinger looking to do the same for Florida Southern. She'll have it, and she'll look to advance. Shannon Gilfelder. Gilfelder looking ahead. The pass toward Megan O'Brien. O'Brien missed wide left, but the Mocs will continue with possession. The pass, shot taken, hits the left upright. It'll recycle the possession clock. And Florida Southern will get another opportunity. So they scored just a moment ago, very early in this contest, to take the 1-0 lead. That shot finds the back of the net, as it's Shannon Mazza, a junior out of Kings Park, New York. If the goal counts, it's quickly 2-0 in favor of Florida Southern. Mazza will get the goal. She gets the quick 2-0 lead for the Mocs here in this contest. This is going to be a real barometer game for the Crusaders. Certainly nobody in the conference, save that of Limestone, really has a national profile to speak of. And when you look at Florida Southern, 2 years ago the national champion, last year the runner-up, this club very, very solid. About as good a contest as you're going to get leading into the tail end of the conference. It's possession gathered by Florida Southern. Emily Santoli has it. Santoli makes a direct run, and now they look to go into their offense. Very tight quarters for the Mocs in their transition offense. They are really keeping the Crusaders' defense on their toes. As that ball deflected away, it'll roll out toward midfield. It'll be collected by Sam Kesey. Kesey will bring it back in for the Mocs. A quick 2-0 lead for Florida Southern as that ball is lost, and Marissa Laidley has it for the Crusaders. On the turnover, Laidley will pitch it back out to Annie Brannon. The Crusaders, just this past Saturday, defeating Barton by a 20-4 score. The Crusaders won on Senior Day. And now the Crusaders will go into their offense. Rebecca Luca back up to the top to Marin Felsosi. Madison Eberhardt on the near side. Allison Klein back behind the frame. As Klein examines, Stromberg had the lead, but it was broken up. And now Florida Southern will get the turnover. As Burmeister has it for the Florida Southern, or Bursinger, I should say, has it for the Mocs. She looks ahead to Matza. That pass broken up by Bryn Kelly, but the Mocs will be able to continue their possession. Quick 2-0 lead for Florida Southern here in the opening moments. And another shot on Brannon as they go high. The shot taken by Shannon Gilfelder, the junior out of Wolfboro, New Hampshire. I should say Longwood, Florida. My apologies. Quickly 3-0 in favor of Florida Southern.
Florida Southern goal by number 20, Shannon Gilfelder.
And with that, Molly Lehman-Lewis wants to take a timeout, a quick timeout here at Alumni Field as the Crusaders find themselves down early, 3-0 on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. We'll be right back. Gaston County is a great place to raise a family. The benefits of the Charlotte Metro blended with the familiarity of several bedroom communities make Gaston a wonderful place to become a first-time home buyer. But in a shifting market, it's paramount to find a company that will work even harder for you in a very competitive landscape. Might I suggest to you Moss Realty? Moss Realty wants to serve you as an advocate through the home buying process. I've seen the hard work of the staff on a personal level. The attention to detail and their knowledge of Gaston County is top-notch. Moss Realty can help you make a pleasure out of life's biggest purchase. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. Moss Realty can turn dream home searching into dream home living. That number one more time, 704-865-5555. That's Moss Realty. Back here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network, folks, the housing market is ever-changing. How do the new tax laws affect both buyers and sellers in the market? Moss Realty has a knowledgeable, personable staff on the ready to assist you with life's biggest purchase. Be sure to give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com to speak with an agent today. So the Crusaders found themselves in some dire straits here early on. They trail the fourth-ranked Mocs of Florida Southern quickly, 3-0. And the recipe for Florida Southern this afternoon in the very early going has been quite simple. Get the draw control, attack quickly, and strike venomously, as Mocs would be prone to do. Bursinger has it for Florida Southern, and she'll track it right down the middle of the field, trying to get around Kranich. That play broken up near the crease, and Annie Brannon will have it for the Crusaders. So the Crusaders have yet to possess on the positive side of the field. Laidley looking for Eberhardt. Eberhardt has the angle. She'll go to Kranich on the near side. Kranich back up to the top of the crown. She'll draw some interference from Florida Southern's Megan O'Brien, the senior out of Rochester, New York. And Kranich will get a restart here in just a moment. Folks, it's a doubleheader of action here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network this afternoon. This Eberhardt looking for Luca. Luca to Stromberg. I should say this is the second foray for the Crusaders into their offensive zone so far today. As Luca gets it inside the 8-meter zone, she'll fire the shot, and she tucks it past Zambetti, and the Crusaders, if it counts, are on the board, trailing 3-1. As Luca, with the marker, will get the stick back, and the Crusaders are on the board, trailing 3-1.
Number 24, Rebecca Luca.
Rebecca Luca got the step, and for Luca, she gets the goal, number 62 on the season, and the Crusaders will try to see if they can build some momentum off the Luca marker here in the first half. So we've played just a hair over 4 minutes at Alumni Field. The Crusaders getting on the board. So it'll be Stromberg versus Bersinger in the middle. Yasmina Hernandez looking to track it down, can't do so, as it'll be gobbled up by Casey. Casey looks ahead to Bersinger. Bersinger now to Marina Jozakos. Jozakos, if that name sounds familiar in Conference Carolinas, I can tell you more about it. As a shooting space violation has been called on the Crusaders, it'll create a free position for the Mocs. Marina Jozakos, last year a midfielder for the Limestone Saints, transferring down to a sunnier, warmer Lakeland, Florida to continue her college lacrosse career. It's the pass to Jozakos, and Jozakos with the marker, and it's 4-1. So Marina Jozakos with the goal. That's goal number 24 on the season. And the Crusaders found the momentum very short-lived as Florida Southern took the draw control, went down the field quickly, and tallied another goal as they stretched the lead back to 3. So you take a look at this Florida Southern club, a ton of balance as it relates to this team, as they have, just trying to check the numbers, they have nine goal scorers that have at least a dozen goals on the season. Yasmina Hernandez tracks it down, gets it to Angelina Perrone. Perrone back behind the frame with Allison Klein. It's Kylie Eastman making a run toward the frame. They could not connect on the pass. Luca heads into the 8, has it stripped away. Perrone will try to track it down near the corner. She does so, and the Crusaders will continue their offense with 55 seconds remaining on the possession clock. Back out to Felsosi. Felsosi at the top with Luca flanked to her left, Hernandez to the right. They work the weave play in the middle, the pass broken up, and now Bersinger has it for the Mocs. As the whistle blows against Klein, and Southern will quickly get it back on the restart. I mentioned a doubleheader of action today. We'll have an audio-only broadcast from Abbey Yard this afternoon, this evening, 5:45 airtime between the Crusaders and the Barton College Bulldogs. As that shot taken, and the offense continuing to click for Florida Southern, as Shannon Matza would get the goal, and it's 5-1. So the Crusaders find themselves down 5-1 here in the very early going.
Florida Southern goal number 14, Shannon Mazza.
Something I saw just a moment ago,
O'Brien.
interestingly enough, with the Florida Southern sideline, is once a goal is scored, the sideline goes into push-ups. We might try to track that. I hope that they don't score anymore today, but in the event that it happens, we'll try to see if we can get you a shot of that on the sideline. Bersinger will be in the middle with Rebecca Stromberg. Stromberg had a very solid game on Saturday against Barton as they celebrated Senior Day in their final home conference matchup. Josicos has it for the Mocs. We'll have a stoppage. And an inadvertent whistle by the officials will restart the action for the Mocs. As they'll fake the pitch behind the frame. The shot was missed by Matza. And it'll be possession to the Crusaders. As Florida Southern faked the exchange behind the frame. They sent two players for Florida Southern streaking toward the goal. And one of them, Shannon Matza, found herself wide open. She was not able to convert the shot as Schaefer has it for the Crusaders on the far sideline, trying to track down Luca, and Luca loses it out of bounds. That's a lot of pressure from the Mocs. They get the turnover, and they'll look to advance it up the field. So back behind the frame. Megan O'Brien looking for Bersinger. Will have a stoppage as Bersinger had a step on her defender. And the officials not going to allow them to restart as it's going to be a free position here on the left side. Along with our camera operators this afternoon, Wes Hollifield and Carter Eck, they're going to give you a real good shot from this angle as to what they'll see here. As Bersinger will go against Brannon on the left side, streaks past, goes up top. And the goal for Bersinger stretches the lead to 6-1 if it counts. And for Bersinger, that's going to be goal number 20 on the season. And it's a 6-1 lead quickly for Florida Southern. So Bersinger will depart as Riley Bannatyne will be in the middle against Rebecca Stromberg. Bannatyne taking the draw here, the sophomore out of Maitland, Florida. That ball out toward the Crusaders' offensive end as Kylie Eastman has it. The lob pass for Perone a little too long. Josicos will escort the ball into the crease where it's gathered in by Alana Zambetti. Michaela Gately looks ahead. And now we'll have a stoppage and quickly a restart. And now Florida Southern has a step. The behind the head pass is recovered by the Mocs. So Marissa Laidley loses her footing, and we'll have a stoppage. As we'll have a restart, as Florida Southern will have possession, as Aubriana Benedetto will have it here on the left slot. As Abby Kranich will come back on in place of Laidley. Benedetto will get the restart. She'll take it back to Megan O'Brien. 2 players behind the frame. That's O'Brien as well as Casey O'Brien. So Megan and Casey working back behind the frame as it goes to Josicos. O'Brien. That pass broken up. Kranich trying to track it down. Can't quite get there. Casey O'Brien tried to gather it in, but rolls into the crease. Randy Brannon will cover. We'll give a check of emails here in just a moment here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. As Alicia Izzo will draw the whistle and will get the restart. She quickly goes to Eastman. It's Eastman on the near side. Gets an angle. We'll see what she can do here. She goes over the top as it's going to hit the upright and kick back out. Luca trying to track it down. Can't quite do so. Now has it. And will go along the far sideline. Has an angle. The pass to Stromberg. And Stromberg goes past Zambetti. A broken play that Luca was able to gather in. She split 2 defenders, and she saw Stromberg with a step on her defender. She feeds Stromberg, and Stromberg goes over Zambetti, and the Crusaders cut it closer as it's 6-2.
Crusader goal by number 21, Rebecca Stromberg. Assisted by number 24, Rebecca Luca.
For Stromberg on the year, that's going to be her 28th marker of the season. That puts her in 3rd place on the club. As Luca, of course, with her 62nd goal of the season earlier in the contest. Felsosi with 53, Stromberg with 27. The Crusaders have 4 goal scorers with at least 20 goals on the season. And the Crusaders, off of a broken play, cut it closer, 6-2 the score. As it'll be Yasmina Hernandez working at the center against Bannatyne. As now Stromberg and Felsosi will be on either side. That ball's going to go out of bounds, and it'll be possession. We're going to do it over again. So essentially, we'll get a restart back in the middle where we'll wait for the draw control. Here in a 6-2 contest. So we'll have lacrosse action followed by baseball today, and we'll have men's lacrosse action followed by baseball tomorrow. So men's lacrosse will take on conference rival Limestone here at Alumni Field tomorrow. I'd imagine we'll see a lot of people here for that contest, and emotions will be riding high. So the Crusaders would love a statement win tomorrow against the Saints. Grace Maganzini, the junior out of Indian Trail, North Carolina. Or I should say Wolfboro, New Hampshire. So we'll have a free position for Florida Southern. It's Benedetto. We'll have that pass broken up by Yasmina Hernandez, and she'll track it down on the near side, draws the whistle from Benedetto. And the Crusaders will get the restart. A 6-2 lead. Schaefer with the change of direction. Floats it back across to Izzo. Izzo races into positive territory. Gets it into the offensive zone, takes the bump. And we'll have a stoppage, and it looks like there's going to be a booking on Casey O'Brien, the junior out of Morris Plains, New Jersey. So O'Brien will depart, and the Crusaders will have an opportunity here to attack down 6-2 in the first half. We've played just a hair over 10 minutes. Stromberg gets the pass on another broken pass. Luca is able to find Stromberg again, and if it counts, Stromberg has her second, and the Crusaders have trimmed the lead to 3, trailing 6-3.
Crusader goal by number 21, Rebecca Stromberg.
So Stromberg goes back-to-back with the markers, and it's a 6-3 contest. So the Crusaders have put together 2 goals in a row. And a circumstance here for the Crusaders, of course, Florida Southern able to stretch out their lead initially by getting the draw control, going on the offensive attack, and the Crusaders, if they're going to try to shorten this game or shorten this lead against Florida Southern, they're going to have to follow the same narrative. They're going to have to get the draw and attack quickly on the offensive. So the Crusaders, in contest to where the opposition scores first, they're 1-3 on the season. However, I think by the time it's all said and done in this contest, it's not really going to be an issue of who scored first. The Crusaders' objective is to make sure that they cut off any substantial extended runs by Florida Southern. As Florida Southern has had 2 runs of 3 consecutive goals, which is what staked them out to a 6-1 lead. But the Crusaders, a 4-goal run here perhaps, started by markers from Stromberg, would cut this lead to 6-5 and would create a much tighter scenario, and the Crusaders would have to feel good about their prospects as they go deeper into the first half. As Perrone will have it behind the frame with Klein. It's Eastman and Stromberg making moves inside the 8-meter fan. Will have a stoppage as Luca drew the whistle, and they'll position Luca on the far side of the 8-meter fan with a free position. Zalana Zambetti will be in goal for Florida Southern as she awaits this free position as they look for Felsosi. Felsosi's shot deflected away, and the Crusaders get it back. Eastman steps in, and she'll draw the shooting space violation. As Eastman quite astutely came in preparing to shoot, and because of the recovery that Florida Southern tried to put themselves in position for, it drew the shooting space violation, and Kylie Eastman goes low on Zambetti. They'll check the stick. It counts, and it's a 6-4 ball game. And the Crusaders have rattled off 3 straight, and they've taken the lead down to 2.
Crusader goal by number 3, Kylie Eastman.
Well, I've got an opportunity. Want to say hello to Laura Jackson, checking out the action this afternoon from the state of Colorado. Laura, thank you so much for tuning in this afternoon. It's real simple, folks. Doesn't matter whether you're running with the Mocs or following the Crusaders raising the red this afternoon. Would love to hear from you throughout the course of this broadcast. Brian Rushing at bac.edu. That's Brian Rushing at bac.edu. Is the draw control won by the Mocs. The whistle be an infraction on the Crusaders, and Florida Southern will get the restart. This is Emily Santoli. Santoli is the club's leading goal scorer. 44 goals coming into the contest. As Megan O'Brien had it on the left side. There'll be a flag, and Florida Southern with Benedetto tried to pull it outside of the 8-meter fan, and we'll have another whistle. And it looks like we'll have a booking. Oh, I thought we were going to have a booking. Now the officials, there will be a booking as Schaefer will step aside. So Schaefer departs. And Benedetto will give the ball to Megan O'Brien, and she'll assume the spot that Benedetto previously had here on the left side. A 6-4 lead for Florida Southern as the officials still trying to arrange traffic here around the 8-meter fan. And Bryn Kelly is going to be asked to come more toward the top. O'Brien loses the handle on it, but will draw the whistle, and we'll have a stoppage. So I believe it was Yasmina Hernandez that was the guilty party for the Crusaders, as O'Brien will get a reprieve here from the left side once again. So O'Brien waits on the whistle. The pass out to Bersinger, and we'll have a stop. And there's going to be a booking. And it's going to be on Stromberg. So Stromberg will now depart as she'll join Schaefer. And now Florida Southern will have the free position from the other side. So it looks like Emily Santoli will have it for the Mocs. The pass is going to be out of bounds, and it's going to be a turnover for the Crusaders. The Santoli looked like she was trying to hit Megan O'Brien, and the moving target, the pass never connected, and the Crusaders get the turnover. And Kranich will get it back to Brannon. And Florida Southern putting a ton of pressure on the Crusaders. And this seems rife for a problem in the backfield. Josicos has it. She'll look ahead to Benedetto, and Benedetto finds an easy shot past Brannon. And it's 7-4. So the Crusaders did not handle that pressure well at all. So once Brannon got out of the crease, Florida Southern rushed a lot of players into their own attack zone. The Crusaders were not ready as the turnover quickly to Josicos. Josicos found Benedetto, and Benedetto finds the back of the net. So the marker for Benedetto makes it a 7-4 ball game.
For the Southern goal, with number 8, Aubriana Benedetto.
So Yasmina Hernandez will be in the middle against Danny Bersinger. Here on this breezy afternoon at Alumni Field. Barely a cloud in the sky, but there is a breeze this afternoon. Should make baseball action very interesting at Abbey Yard this evening. That'll be a 6 o'clock first pitch. We'll be on the air at 5:45, assuming that we can get to where we need to be after this women's lacrosse matchup. So we'll join baseball tomorrow in progress after men's lacrosse action between the Crusaders and Limestone. See, anytime the wind blows out of Abbey Yard, especially with this sort of velocity, the ballpark plays considerably smaller. It's the conversation taking place here between an official on the near side and Coach Molly Lehman-Lewis. And Yasmina Hernandez will be asked to come off. So Hernandez and Stromberg will both come off. And now the officials will confer amongst themselves. So Stromberg, who departed, is getting her instructions as to when she can re-enter the contest. And now we'll have another conference between the officials. Still trying to work things out here in the 7-4 contest. Well, I've got an opportunity, folks. I want to remind you about August the 3rd. As we host the 3rd annual Hampton Inn by Hilton Abbey Golf Classic, a 4-man Captain's Choice golf tournament, with the proceeds going to the Abbey Athletics General Fund. If you'd like to be part of that 4-man Captain's Choice tournament, be sure to give me a call at 704-461-6235. That's 704-461-6235. Hope to see you on August the 3rd for the Hampton Inn by Hilton Abbey Golf Classic. As Florida Southern looks to advance as it goes to Santoli. Santoli goes far side to Gilfetter. And Bursinger will draw the free position off the shooting space violation. Shot taken. It's going to be missed wide right. And the Mocs will have possession. Sarah Grady, the sophomore out of Cumming, Georgia, by way of West Forsyth High School, will get the restart. And Josicos tried to flip it in quickly ahead of the whistle. She'll draw the free position right down the middle. It'll be Stromberg, I should say Felsosi, on the right side trying to defend. Florida Southern pulls it back out, and Santoli now draws the free position. And now just right of center, Santoli will look to stretch the lead as that shot to the near side goes. And the lead, if it, or the goal, if it counts, stretches the lead to 8-4 in favor of the Mocs. So the goal for Santoli is good. That's number 45 on the season. And the Florida Southern Mocs have stretched the lead to 8-4. Here at Alumni Field, along with our producer, Taylor C. this afternoon. Brian Rushing here with you. So glad you could join us on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Getting a score from Jim Steffens, softball action, a doubleheader being taken place down in Spartanburg, South Carolina. The Crusaders have a 1-0 lead over the Converse Valkyries. We'll get you updated scores as they become available throughout the rest of the day. And we'll be tracking down a lot of scores once we get to baseball, as much of the action will have come to a close. As softball putting the finishing touches on the 2018 conference schedule, as they'll play on the road today at Converse, on the road tomorrow at Limestone, and then they'll wrap up the regular year at Lees McRae on the road side. They will play a doubleheader here next weekend against Montreat in non-conference action. It's the pass toward Josicos, broken up, and the Crusaders will have it. Bryn Kelly on a dead sprint. She's got plenty of speed, and she's got an angle, as she'll try to rush it into the offensive zone. Is losing her footing with Sarah Grady, and the Crusaders will go on the attack. Luca behind the frame. So the Crusaders are pretty spread out. They might want to tighten up their passing lanes a little bit as they go into this offensive stretch. Felsosi, left of center. Takes it back to Luca. Luca trying to put a move on the defender. The defender there was Adriana Manarelli. Eastman goes back to Luca. Luca between the 12 and the 8 now has a step. She'll fire, and she gets it past Zambetti. And Luca with the goal, if it counts, makes it 8-5. Luca gets the goal, it counts, and it's an 8-5 game as Luca gets her second marker of the afternoon to go with 2 assists, and the Crusaders trail by 3. So the Crusaders really working that left side there. Luca was able to get a step going away from that cluster of players on that left side of the 8-meter fan, and she was able to drive it home with a shot past Zambetti, and the Crusaders trail by 3. As the officials still conferring, and they've had a number of tiny conferences this afternoon, and now the official's going to go out and have a conversation with Molly Lehman-Lewis. I'm going to try to see if I can pick up this conversation here. So the officials have both coaches about 5 yards onto the field here to confer with what's going on. Doesn't look like I'm going to have a whole lot of success picking up any sound, even though I'm able to hear the pregame noise and music going on over at baseball. So what we'll do for the moment is we'll take a brief time out here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network as the Crusaders trail 8-5. We'll be right back. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place, www.abbeyathletics.com. And we're back here at Alumni Field. So we're having an explanation down on the field. I want to make sure I understand this correctly. As if I'm understanding correctly, the goal from Luca has been nullified because the cards that have been issued So the officials having a conversation with the scoreboard operator. And right now, the conversation that is taking place as to when the times of the penalties that were incurred by the Crusaders had actually been marked off. And if the Crusaders entered play prematurely, then of course that prompts another mark-off. And because, according to the officials, and from the little bit that I heard as they came over and explained it to all of us here on the Sun Deck, is the explanation as it relates here, because the Crusaders prematurely re-entered play, the goal has been nullified. Wes Hollifield and Carter Eck doing a good job of keeping the shot there. As you see down in the shot, coaching staff for Florida Southern, John Fitzgerald, in the shot along with the officials here in an 8-5 contest. So while we've got an opportunity today, a doubleheader of action. As soon as we're done here, we'll have the Ortho Carolina postgame show. We'll close up shop here from Alumni Field and prepare for baseball action between the Crusaders as they take on the Barton College Bulldogs. Now, Barton College has got an interesting road here for the remaining 2 weekends of their regular season, as the goal has been nullified. The Crusaders will take on a Barton College club that cannot play in the conference tournament. They have basically been eliminated from consideration, as they will not be able to catch the sixth-place team, as the difference between the two just too great. So they're effectively playing their final 2 weekends, two of the top teams in the conference in Mount Olive and Belmont Abbey, and they have an opportunity, or I should say North Greenville and Belmont Abbey, they have an opportunity to really play spoiler here in the final 2 weekends, as both Belmont Abbey and North Greenville, two top 15 clubs. North Greenville on top of the conference standings, but just by 1 game against the Crusaders, as they won 2 out of 3 here at Belmont Abbey earlier in the season. And we'll have a stoppage, and Bryn Kelly's going to have to retreat to the 12-meter area because of the false start. As Florida Southern will have on the near side Grace Glenecki with the free position, as they'll pass on the far side, and that pass is going to be incomplete, and the turnover goes to the Crusaders. So the goal that had been nullified, making the score 8-4 now. Now Bryn Kelly here on the near sideline, racing down the sideline, and she's got to step on everybody. Bryn Kelly is fast. She finds Yasmina Hernandez. Hernandez takes the shot. It sails wide left, but Allison Klein will be there on the spot for the restart. Luca swinging around the 12-meter fan, going for Eastman. Eastman, that pass broken up, and Benedetto has it for Florida Southern. So we have 13 and a half minutes remaining here in this very slow developing first half of action. As the pass goes to Glenecki. Now back behind the frame, Julia Couch. Now Bersinger. And drawing the shooting space violation is Sarah Grady, as she'll spot it down just right of center for the free position. An 8-4 lead for the Mocs. Grady steps in, takes the shot, gets it past Brannon, and the score goes to 9-4. So the Crusaders, an interesting turn of events here, had a goal from Luca nullified that would have made it 8-5, cutting off a little bit of the momentum that the Crusaders had, and because of that, the Moccasins making it sting a little more with the goal from Grady, making it 9-4. A 5-goal advantage for Florida Southern. It looks like that we've at least gotten to the place to where now all of the penalties that have incurred have taken their required mark-offs. So I have been corrected. Madison Eberhardt is in the box, as she'll be there for about another minute and 20 seconds. As Hernandez gets the draw control, she'll take the bump and draw the whistle. As Hernandez gets it into the offensive area. Now Luca. Luca being marked by Ryan Smith as they go to Perone, back behind the frame to Klein. That ball runs along the ground. Eberhardt trying to track it down. Perrone near the sideline will have it for the Crusaders. Hernandez takes the bump and will have a stop. As Allison Klein will get the restart. Well, she will not. She'll actually hand it off to Yasmina Hernandez, right of center. Yasmina Hernandez waiting for the signal, and now the officials are going to get together again. And perhaps this has to do with Eberhardt leaving. And the officials having another conference just outside the 12-meter fan. So Madison Eberhardt will be asked to depart once again. And now Molly Lehman-Lewis coming out onto the field. And the officials now with Coach Lewis having a conversation as to what should be transpiring as to who is on the field and who is not. So we have a 9-4 game in favor of the Mocs. So we have 12:21 remaining in the first half. And so possession will be turned over to Florida Southern as the officials
This penalty starts at 12:11. It doesn't start now. It starts at 12:11. That's fine. I'm just letting you know. We have it on the board so we know.
as the possession clock will reset. As Florida Southern will get the restart. The officials still conferring as to what's going down. The best that I understand it is that a 2-minute penalty or a 2-minute mark-off will begin at 12:11. There's 12:21 remaining right now. So Eberhardt, in effect, can come off at 10:11, or come back on to play, I should say, at 10:11. 2 additional minutes being added for coming out prematurely. So 10:11 will be the time that Eberhardt can come back on. And we'll try to track that a little more closely, as that's obviously been an issue throughout the course of this afternoon's action, as Josicos brings it into the offensive zone for the Mocs. As O'Brien with O'Brien behind the frame, as Megan O'Brien has it, now pulls it out in front of the frame. So it goes to Josicos. Josicos, and the shot taken wide left is Emily Santoli, trying to put a little bit of a nifty shot on Brannon. Missed it wide left. And possession will stay with the Mocs. O'Brien working against Schaefer. Matza quickly now to O'Brien, and now O'Brien, who was left unmarked, will score the goal, and if it counts, it's 10-4. And Florida Southern, their possession game, very, very solid. And you would imagine that, considering that this is a team that is one of the top 5 clubs year in and year out nationally
Florida Southern goal by number 20.
So it seems like that every time the Crusaders have marked the ball, somebody else wearing a red jersey is wide open and poised to fire on Annie Brannon. So it's 10-4 now in favor of the Mocs. So a 10-4 lead for Florida Southern with 11:27 remaining here in the first half. So that ball runs along the ground. Bryn Kelly tried to snatch it up, but now Alicia Izzo has it bounce away from her, and now possession will go to Florida Southern. As we've been at it here for almost an hour, and typically a half does not take this long, as we've been at it almost an hour, and we've got about 10 minutes left, and that shot taken and scored by Shannon Gilfetter. Gilfetter, the senior out of Longwood, Florida, makes it 11-4. So Gilfetter gets her stick checked out. It's good. And the lead now stretches to 7, their largest of the afternoon.
Gilfetter assisted by 25.
And this is a part in the contest for the Crusaders to where you're in a spot to where, quite honestly, you need to do something here in this final 11 minutes or so remaining in the first half to get back into it, or else the Mocs may go run and hide the rest of the way. As you see in the middle, Yasmina Hernandez will be working against Danny Bursinger. Bursinger, the junior out of Powell, Ohio. Hernandez with Felsosi looking to track it down. Yasmina Hernandez has it for the Crusaders along the far sideline. As that ball was broken up for a moment by Emily Santoli. And now Santoli has it for the Mocs. Josakos working right down the middle to O'Brien. Casey O'Brien will draw the whistle. And they'll get the restart at the 12-meter area. Megan O'Brien ahead to Santoli, and Santoli missed the shot wide right. And the possession will go to the Crusaders as Izzo was the fastest to the back line to get the restart. Says we're now inside 10 minutes remaining. Everybody has been cleared out of the penalty area for the Crusaders as the Mocs will go on the offensive. It's Bursinger to Casey O'Brien, now to Megan O'Brien. As they look for Shannon Matza, that play broken up, but it's covered quickly by Gilfetter. Now Bursinger trying to work against Pearson. O'Brien gets stopped by Izzo inside the 8-meter fan. And she'll analyze the situation and go back to Bursinger. Still 45 seconds remaining on the possession clock as they look for Santoli, and Santoli misses wide left. And it'll stay with the Mocs. Santoli working around two Mocs players. Loses the handle on it, but it looks like she was hit somewhere around the eyewear, which draws the whistle in the free position for the Mocs. Santoli looks to pass toward Matza. Broken up there but it'll stay with Florida Southern. Tomorrow, the afternoon of action gets started at 12:45 with Crusaders pregame, as men's lacrosse will be here at Alumni Field against Limestone. And what is going to be a real interesting affair between the two clubs. It's Chris Barrett, the head coach of the Crusaders, a former Limestone star, was on the team that won the first national championship for Limestone. Will be coaching against his alma mater, as the turnover will give possession to Rebecca Stromberg and the Crusaders, as Marina Josicos will be sent off for a period. Stromberg to Kelly. Kelly working hard to get to the near sideline, and she'll brings it in the offensive zone. Hernandez to Eastman. Now Klein has it behind the frame. Luca working around the switch between she and Eastman. Perone has it. Now goes back to Klein. Eastman. Looks like she was trying to find Stromberg, and Perone couldn't help on the errant pass, and the turnover will give it back to the Mocs. An 11-4 lead in favor of Florida Southern. So glad that you could be with us here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Once we finally complete this first 30 minutes of action, we will have Crusaders at the half, to where we'll take a look at some of the numbers, get you ready for second half action. Santoli has it for the Mocs. She tries to split Felsosi, does so, and she draws the shooting space violation. As they're saying that the shot that she put past Brannon was not in the natural flow of continuation. So the goal will be disallowed, but Santoli will have it left of center for the free position. It's back behind the frame. It's gathered by Marin Felsosi. Felsosi flips it ahead to Izzo. Izzo looking for Luca, bounces it to her. And now Luca with an opportunity to do something for the Crusaders. Splits, gets into the middle, and will draw the whistle. A good change of direction there from Luca, doing a good job of maintaining possession until she draws the whistle. She'll get the free position from right down the middle. So Luca will step forward and fire. That shot taken high. It'll stay with the Crusaders as Josicos comes on for the Mocs. Luca goes to Felsosi. Felsosi gets a step on Bursinger. That shot covered by Zambetti, but Felsosi gets it back for the Crusaders. They get a fresh possession clock, and Felsosi takes the high pass from Luca and jams it home past Zambetti, and the Crusaders get back on the board and stop the run by the Mocs. For Marin Felsosi, if it counts, it's goal number 54 on the season. It does, and the Crusaders have trimmed the lead to 11-5. As Luca put the ball essentially in the only place that she could have there, as the pass was lobbed high, and Felsosi just took it with it already above her head and jammed it straight down past Zambetti. So Hernandez for the Crusaders in the middle against Bursinger. And Bursinger will have it for the Mocs. Santoli running down the middle. That pass broken up by Kranich, and now Kranich with a step on everybody, trying to get past Jozakos. Will bring it into the offensive zone. 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. And the Crusaders, if they could stretch this thing out and build some momentum, maybe get a 3 or 4 goal run going into the final 5, or starting in that final 5 minutes of the first half. Right now an 11-7, 11-8 score looks a whole lot better than where they are right now. Klein goes back out top to Felsosi. They'll find Luca. Now Luca goes to Felsosi. Perhaps that pass was forced a little bit. And now Santoli has it for Florida Southern. And they may be able to find some numbers here in this transition. Santoli, long strides as she'll draw the whistle. And she'll get the free position. As once Florida Southern got the turnover on the pass that was admittedly forced, they were able to sprint out to an advantage. And Santoli will have it with the free position down the middle. Santoli fires, tucks it in past Brannon. And the lead goes back to 7 at 12-5. So the marker for Santoli will bring about a timeout as the Crusaders have the lead, or I should say the Mocs have the lead 12-5 over the Crusaders. We'll be back on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network.
Pain. Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need it. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improve.
Back here at Alumni Field, a 12-5 lead for the Florida Southern Mocs, ranked 4th nationally, one of the premier programs in all of the Division II landscape. So the Crusaders taking on this program, a real barometer type game for this Crusaders club as they get toward the tail end of their regular season. They will be taking on Limestone on the 18th, which will be another one of those games that will make for a real primer toward the 2018 Conference Carolinas Lacrosse Championship Tournament. So the Crusaders have cinched for themselves a quarterfinal match here at Alumni Field, as the semis and the finals will take place at North Greenville. As Grace Maganzini has it for the Mocs. And Schaefer picks it up for the Crusaders. She lobs it out toward Izzo. Izzo with a change of direction, running right down the middle. Izzo will get held up by Sam Kesey. The junior out of Bel Air, Maryland. This Izzo will get the restart. And now they'll go to Eberhardt. 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. It's the lob pass to Stromberg, broken up, and it's recovered for the Mocs by Abby Jocelyn. Maganzini cuts back up toward the middle and draws the whistle. Maganzini will get the restart. Megan and Casey O'Brien back behind the frame. Megan O'Brien here on the near side. Delivers back to Casey. Now Florida Southern will begin to work the offense. It's Jocelyn in that cluster of players along with Maganzini as the pass is broken up. The Crusaders trying to track it down. Kranich can't quite do it, but the whistle will go in favor of the Crusaders, as Kranich will get the restart just outside of the 8-meter area. It's Cassie Brown, the junior out of Indian Trail, North Carolina, by way of Providence Day School. Slashed toward the frame, but the pass was incomplete. And the Crusaders were able to draw the whistle. Klein with 90 seconds remaining in the half, as they can work almost all of the first half remaining clock in this possession if they want to. As Pearson will flip it back out to Eastman. Luca. Luca working in. The shot broken up by Zambetti. Still running along the crease. They'll call a crease violation on Stromberg. And the Mocs will have possession. And the possession clock essentially off the remaining of the first half. Kesey looking ahead, finds Vidala. Now they bring it back near side to Jocelyn. It's Cassie O'Brien, or Casey O'Brien, I should say, took the shot, but was missed wide left. And the Crusaders will get the restart. Kranich finds Izzo. And the Crusaders, if they're going to get a shot off, are going to have to work quickly. It's Izzo. Inside 10 seconds remaining. Eastman's got to work really, really fast. She'll fire. That shot misses. Caitlin Cook would have gathered possession, but it was academic as the horn sounds, and we've played 30 minutes here at Alumni Field. Through the first 30 minutes, the Crusaders trail 12-5 on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. We'll be back in just a moment. Want to get the most out of your next getaway or business trip? Get over to Belmont, North Carolina, and feel the Hamptonality. At the Hampton and Charlotte Belmont at Moncross, we give you friendly service at a great value. You'll rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton bed. The crisp white linens and duvet give a fresh start to every guest each morning. Every morning begins with our free hot breakfast, including delicious waffles and hearty oatmeal. And with free Wi-Fi, you're guaranteed to stay connected. We're conveniently located just 8 miles from the center of Charlotte, 7 miles from the Charlotte Douglas International Airport, and just 1 mile from Belmont Abbey College. Book your stay by visiting Hampton.com or by calling 704-825-6100. Again, that's Hampton.com or calling 704-825-6100. Feel the Hamptonality at the preferred hotel for Crusaders athletics, the Hampton in Charlotte Belmont at Moncross. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place, www.abbeyathletics.com.
Pain. Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improve.
Gaston County is a great place to raise a family. The benefits of the Charlotte Metro blended with the familiarity of several bedroom communities make Gaston a wonderful place to become a first-time homebuyer. But in a shifting market, it's paramount to find a company that will work even harder for you in a very competitive landscape. Might I suggest to you Moss Realty? Moss Realty wants to serve you as an advocate through the home buying process. I've seen the hard work of the staff on a personal level. The attention to detail and their knowledge of Gaston County is top-notch. Moss Realty can help you make a pleasure out of life's biggest purchase. Give them a call at 704-865-5555 or log on to mossrealty.com. The number again, 704-865-5555. Moss Realty can turn dream home searching into dream home living. That number one more time, 704-865-5555. That's Moss Realty. Looking for up-to-the-minute scores of your favorite Crusader sports? www.abbeyathletics.com. Feature content, including coaches' interviews. www.abbeyathletics.com. Crusaders broadcast on demand. That's right, www.abbeyathletics.com. Your online source for all things Crusaders can be found in one place, www.abbeyathletics.com. Back here at Alumni Field, Crusaders at the half. The Florida Southern Mocs with a 12-5 lead over the Crusaders here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the numbers here in this first half. You take a look at what the Crusaders have been facing this afternoon in the fourth-ranked Mocs. This is a very, very efficient offense as they have been working with clinical precision here in the first half. The numbers, as they relate here, 24 shots, 14 shots on goal. 14 shots on goal have converted 12 goal opportunities. 8 of them are assisted as Megan O'Brien has a goal already in the first half. She has 4 helpers for the Mocs this afternoon as the 12 goals have stretched them out to a 7-goal advantage over the Crusaders. You look at the Crusaders, they have 12 shots, 8 of them on goal. They've converted 5 of the 8 shots on goal, but they just simply have not been able to build enough momentum against this Florida Southern club. You look at draw controls in this contest. Belmont Abbey has 7 draw controls. You look at Florida Southern, they've got 11 in the contest as the Crusaders have had some difficulty really generating offense because Florida Southern has started much of each possession off the draw control, gaining possession, and then going right after the Crusaders in the attack zone, as the Mocs have the 12-5 advantage here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Folks, don't forget, many ways you can reach out to us this afternoon. So you can find me on Twitter at the BASN. That's at the BASN on Twitter. You can find me. Love for you to follow me. Tag me in tweets. If you do so, we'd love for you to use the hashtag BAC Live during the course of the action. And you can always send your emails to me at brianrushing@bac.edu. That's brianrushing@bac.edu. We do have an update from softball down in Spartanburg, South Carolina this afternoon. As the Crusaders lead Converse in game 1 of their doubleheader today. Top of the 5th inning, they lead Converse 3-0 from down in Spartanburg. When we come back on the other side of this timeout, we'll have second half action at Alumni Field as the Crusaders look to raise the red on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. We'll be right back.
Saturdays used to be for college football. Now you drive 300 miles to watch this. Don't get me wrong, you love flag dancing as much as the next guy. All 8 hours of it. But what you really love is your little girl. Yes! Nice pop toss. Flag dancing? We've been there. And with free hot breakfast and a warm welcome, we'll be there for you. Book at Hampton.com for a guaranteed discount on your next weekend stay. Hampton by Hilton.
Back here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network, just seconds away from the start of action here in the second half. As Florida Southern with a 12-5 advantage over the Crusaders here on a doubleheader of action today and tomorrow. So we'll have baseball action coming to you, a 6 o'clock first pitch from Abbey Yard as the Crusaders will take on the Barton College Bulldogs in game one of their 3-game set. Then tomorrow we'll have men's lacrosse action between the Limestone Saints and the Belmont Abbey Crusaders in a very, very important Conference Carolinas matchup. And then we'll have the third game of the weekend series between the Bulldogs and the Crusaders over at Abbey Yard. So we hope that you'll join us for all the games this weekend on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Of course, baseball action will be audio-only broadcast on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. As Bersinger working against Yasmina Hernandez. So the Crusaders will go from right to left here in half number 2. Florida Southern will go from left to right as Bersinger's pass into the 8-meter frame deflected away, and now the Crusaders will look to get it out of their defensive area. Kelly looking for Stromberg. The Crusaders still facing a ton of pressure. As Marina Jozakos has it for Florida Southern, and she'll race it out ahead, and she's got numbers to her advantage. It's Jozakos inside the 12 to the 8 to Megan O'Brien. Megan O'Brien bounces it past Annie Brandon, and the lead goes to 13-5. As Jozakos got the ball in wide open spaces, the Mocs had numbers. Jozakos finds Megan O'Brien, and the lead goes to 8.
Goal number 25 for number 25.
Florida Southern goal scored by number 25, Megan O'Brien, unassisted.
So O'Brien on the goal stretches the lead to 8, 13-5 in favor of the Mocs. And a very important segment for this Crusaders club if they have any aspirations of getting back in this contest against the 4th-ranked Mocs. They need to really put together something substantive on the draw so that they can gather possession and put something on the attack. As we'll draw over at the middle. So the really intriguing thing, and the only way that I can really describe it to you if you're not a huge fan of lacrosse action, if you'll picture basketball, after every time a basket would be scored in the game of basketball, they had a jump ball. And when you've got somebody that can frequently win a draw control, it's very similar to having a 7'3" center running the jump. Because a 7'3" center can, in fact, tip it anywhere on the floor that they would want to more times than not and gather that control. So it's not unheard of for clubs to go on extended runs just based solely on the ability of the person handling the draw. It's the Crusaders with possession, Luca. And we've seen it before, whether it's Yasmina Hernandez or Rebecca Stromberg. Those two in the middle, when things are going well, this club has myriad offensive possibilities. Is in goal for Florida Southern now, Brittany Yamelli, a freshman out of Sound Beach, New York, by way of Rocky Point, as she gets the action here in the second half for the Mocs. Alana Zambetti got the start for the Mocs. Benedetto has it on the far side to Megan O'Brien. Now to Casey O'Brien. So Casey O'Brien backs it out of the 8-meter fan. The pass intended for Benedetto. Stepping in was Abby Kranich. Kranich will be the guilty party on the infraction as Benedetto will spot it as Carter Eck. You'll see his shot here. Lined up perfectly as Benedetto will try to attack the frame. Benedetto waits on the restart, goes back toward the middle, and she tucks it into a very small window past Brannon, and the lead goes to 9 at 14-5. As Benedetto there had the stick on her right side, and she went on an angled run as if she was looking to go toward the far post. All that was doing was just increasing her options to go one way or the other. And because of that, she shifted Brannon back toward the middle, and she went right back on the near post with the shot, stretching the lead to 14-5. But you see that happen quite commonly as Benedetto just giving herself more options on the opportunity to score. And the lead now at 14-5. It's along the ground, gathered up by the Mocs. Sam Kesey. That pass was intended for Benedetto, but she stumbles. But it doesn't matter. The Mocs get possession anyway. Casey O'Brien looking for Santoli. Santoli now to Bersinger. And Bersinger, I didn't notice the wrap on her left leg in the first half. Not to say that it wasn't there, I just didn't notice it. But now a free position for Florida Southern as Bersinger will have it down the middle. Bersinger steps up past Brannon. And if it counts, the lead stretches to 10, and we'll go to a running clock. As the Mocs have opened up just like they did in the first half with a trifecta of goals to jump out to an early lead in the first half and now to stretch that lead to 10 here in the second. As the first half was a slow developing half, as there were a number of penalty minutes logged by the Crusaders because of early re-entries. And because of that, it really slowed down the pace and the flow of the first half. And certainly Florida Southern had the better of it in that first half. But one of the real telltale signs in that first half was the Crusaders with an opportunity, instead of scoring a goal and being down 8-5, the goal was nullified. And with the goal having been wiped out, the Moccasins would come back, make it 9-5.
Southern goal was scored by number 15.
And then they would be off to the races, as the Crusaders have not really been heard from all that much since then. It's Hernandez with Bersinger. Felsosi has it for the Crusaders. She looks for and finds Abby Kranich. Kranich being stalked by Benedetto from behind as it rolls along the ground. Katie Kavanaugh got some assistance to Abby Kranich, and now the Crusaders have possession. Stromberg behind the frame. Looking for and finding Felsosi, and Felsosi finds the back of the net. Beating Yamelli as she basically sort of leaned in and posted up her defender, received the pass and spun and beat Yamelli to make it 15-6 as the lead is trimmed to 9.
Goal scored by number 16, Marin Felsosi. Assist to number 21, Rebecca.
So for Felsosi, that's her second of the contest. She has goal number 55 on the year, and the Crusaders cut it back to 9. And that's exactly how it went in the first half, as Florida Southern would put 3 tallies on the board. The Crusaders would retaliate with a single goal. The closest we had seen this contest was 6-4. That was after the Crusaders had put together back-to-back markers. They had trailed at one time 6-1, put 3 consecutive goals on the board to make it 6-4. Bersinger will have it, lost it. And now for the Mocs, Casey recovers. Gets it to Santoli. Santoli straight down the middle, unmarked, and she scores. As in any sort of fast break situation, you're always coached to pick up the ball. Well, that never happened. The Santoli made a straight line toward the frame, beating Brannon. And we go back to 16-6.
Florida Southern goal scored by number 10, Emily Santoli. Assistant number 15, Danny Bersinger.
So Santoli, with the goal, stretches it back to 10. And now the clock will continue to run. 24-10. So we've played almost 6 minutes here of the second half at Alumni Field. Bersinger with Stromberg. Felsosi has it for the Crusaders. Felsosi coming into the contest was nearing the 100 mark, the century mark in draw controls, which is a big number. Stromberg was looking to put a shot on. She might have gotten a stick on it, but it wasn't much. It was enough to keep possession for the Crusaders as she outruns Gemelli to the back line. So now Luca behind the frame. Kavanaugh sprinting toward the frame. Stromberg coming in on a layered effect right behind her, and Luca has that shot deflected away as it runs toward the corner. Trying to track it down for Florida Southern was Catherine DeCourt. As the whistle blows, as Kylie Eastman gets called for an illegal check. Florida Southern will play on. Benedetto just outside the 12-meter fan. Angles it back looking for Santoli. And Santoli finds the net as she beats Brannon. And it's an interesting scenario there, as the Mocs basically ran into the space and then came up back out. And Santoli just occupied the space that had been previously occupied by the Mocs. And the pass went back to Santoli, and she was able to hammer it home as she's got 2 in a row. And the lead now 17-6. And it's an interesting offensive scheme that clubs will use. You would think that once you've tracked the ball out of a certain region, is it right?
Yeah, that's right.
As Felsosi has it for the Crusaders. And she can run in a straight line. As she gets stopped just outside the 8 meters, she'll fire. She'll miss wide, but Allison Klein will keep it for the Crusaders. Hernandez. Out to Eastman. It's just amazing how returning the ball to a previously unoccupied space with someone willing to move away from the ball like that is such a good plan and a prescription for goal scoring. As Luca will spot it down with the free position actually out of the 8-meter fan. As she'll take it in that one hash outside of that fan, as that shot will be deflected away by Gemelli. And Allison Klein will get the restart for the Crusaders. It's Luca trying a different angle here. It's Luca originating from behind the frame and then going on the attack as she takes it back to Felsosi, now to Eastman. Eastman working along two players, weaving to the opposite side. And now has it on the other side, gets held up by Grace Maganzini. That ball runs along the ground, and Yamelli has it for Florida Southern, and Yamelli put it back into the crease and lost the handle on it, and it rolled out. And Allison Klein was able to scoop it up, and she draws the free position. An interesting situation there that Yamelli, out of the crease, tried to roll it back into the crease, and she just rolled it too hard. And by the time she could get back in the crease to track it down, it was gone and Klein had it. So Klein will wait on the whistle to begin play. She goes in, shoots it wide left. Kavanaugh will be back there in position. And she'll get the restart. So we're going to have a push in the back on Alicia Izzo. As Izzo pushed Julia Couch in the back, forcing her into the offensive zone. As it's going to be Sarah Grady. Grady looking to pass it on the left side to Casey O'Brien, and now O'Brien being chased feverishly by two Crusaders players. Now Megan O'Brien. And they'll set the offense. O'Brien over to Bannatyne. Now Grady. Grady lobs it high to Megan O'Brien. And a spin move, and the shot past Brannon. As Julia Couch got her defensive player leaning back upfield, she put a spin move on, gave herself space, and was able to beat Brannon. And the lead goes to 12 at 18-6.
Number 12, Julia Couch.
And the Crusaders are watching this Florida Southern club put together a very solid offensive outing. It's the last time we saw anything like this here at Alumni Field on the women's side was when St. Leo came into town and beat this club. I believe the score was 19-8. St. Leo looking very good that afternoon, and well, Florida Southern certainly looking as good as advertised. So they'll get the draw control. Maganzini not able to track it down, but Abby Kranich loses the handle, and now Felsosi has it for the Crusaders. And the Crusaders effectively now playing for respect here in the second half as we near the 16.5-minute mark remaining, as Klein will look to track it down in the corner. She'll keep it there. The Crusaders will maintain possession. Still 50 seconds remaining on the possession clock. These two clubs have faced one time previously. Florida Southern won that matchup 17-6. It's the pass to Felsosi, covered up by the Mocs. Felsosi looking to track it down as she goes to ground, and that'll be recovered by Florida Southern as Adriana Manarelli will pick it up for the Florida Southern. Now it goes to Bannatyne. Bannatyne. I thought she was trying to pass it to Benedetto, but Benedetto stepped away and Megan O'Brien was nowhere near the corner. She tried to track it down, but really didn't get anywhere close. The turnover gives possession to the Crusaders. This Izzo trying to work against the grain of the Florida Southern defense. Tries to flip it for Schaefer. The ball still runs along ground, and now Benedetto has it. It's 2-0. It's Benedetto has it covered by Brannon. And the Crusaders will dodge a bullet as Benedetto and Megan O'Brien were 2-0, and Annie Brannon stones them. As Benedetto went with the shot low, and Brannon took care of business. Another scoring update. I'll hold on just a moment as Megan O'Brien looked for Benedetto, and Benedetto is going to pull it back out. From Spartanburg, game one of that doubleheader between the Crusaders and the Converse Valkyries. And there'll be a reset of the possession clock. So the Crusaders have a 4-0 advantage in the bottom of the 7th inning against the Valkyries. So it looks like the Crusaders are poised for picking up a conference win, and looks like they may be going after the shutout. I would only imagine that's Annabeth Watkins inside the circle for the Crusaders. So I believe Ivory Maltby will be pitching the second game of the double dip. So I have a feeling that we may get a final by the time we're done here. We will not get the restart of game 2. As the wind blows and possession will go to the Crusaders, and we'll have a timeout. Timeout on the field here. Belmont Abbey trails 18-6 on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network.
Pain. Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improve.
Want to get the most out of your next getaway or business trip? Get over to Belmont, North Carolina, and feel the Hamptonality. At the Hampton and Charlotte Belmont at Moncross, we give you friendly service at a great value. You'll rest easy on our clean and fresh Hampton bed. The crisp white linens and duvet give a fresh start to every guest each morning.
Saturdays used to be for college football. Now you drive 300 miles to watch this. Don't get me wrong, you love flag dancing as much as the next guy. All 8 hours of it. But what you really love is your little girl. Yes! Nice pop toss. Flag dancing? We've been there. And with free hot breakfast and a warm welcome, we'll be there for you. Book at Hampton.com for a guaranteed discount on your next weekend stay. Hampton by Hilton.
Back here at Alumni Field, the Crusaders find themselves down 18-6 on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Folks, don't forget, as soon as we're done with the action this afternoon, we'll have the Ortho Carolina postgame show. We'll take a look at the numbers, give you some context as to what it all means, and then get you ready for the next broadcast on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network, which tomorrow from Alumni Field will have men's lacrosse. That's going to be a real grudge match between the Crusaders and Limestone Saints. Those two clubs have faced off, I believe, the number 17 previous times. The Crusaders, I think the last time they've beaten Limestone was 2008 or 2009 in lacrosse action. They've only beaten them twice in their history. So the Crusaders would love to do the deed tomorrow. They've never beaten Limestone here at Alumni Field. As the shot from Luca sails wide left, Allison Klein will track it down, possession for the Crusaders. As Mary Alyssa Pearson had it before finding Luca. 13 minutes remaining here from Alumni Field. The clock running as the Crusaders find themselves down 18-6. Eastman gets it to Luca. Luca doesn't really have anywhere to go with it, so she'll go back to Eastman. When you're Rebecca Lucan, make no mistake that the Florida Southern defensive unit was very aware of Luca in their game plan. It's Hernandez to Luca. Luca being marked by Manarelli, loses the handle on it, and trying to track it down is Lauren Norton, the junior out of Westwood, Mass. The Crusaders will maintain possession. So it'll be covered by Katie Cavanaugh. And we'll have a free position for Kylie Eastman. On what has been an absolute gorgeous day. One of the first days in quite a while that we've had temperatures get into the 80s at all. And we'll have a false start as Eastman goes too quickly. And maybe Eastman gets a reprieve as the official is saying that she inadvertently created a false start. So Eastman will get a reprieve on the right side. So Eastman leans in and pitches it past Yamelli, and the Crusaders trim the lead to 18-7. So for Eastman, it's her second goal of the afternoon, and the Crusaders get it just a little bit closer. It's Eastman, with the 2 markers this afternoon, has 22 on the year for the Crusaders.
Dominant goal is scored by number 3, Kylie Eastman.
The Crusaders winning on the road in the midweek against Emmanuel by a 20-12 score. And then, of course, beating Barton on Senior Day 20-4. So the Crusaders, since the loss to Mount Olive here on the 24th of March, have had 4 consecutive matchups of scoring 20-plus goals in that 4-game win streak. Not going to happen today. As this club, as Marion Felsosi, is going to draw a booking, as Florida Southern will get the restart, as the card for Felsosi will send her off for 2 minutes. We do have a final from Spartanburg. The Crusaders softball team wins 4-0. They'll prepare for the second game here in about a half an hour. There's a real possibility we'll be off air by then. As Grady misses wide right. A circumstance as there's going to be a new keeper for Florida Southern here in just a moment, as Mary Gately, the freshman out of Stevensville, Maryland, is going to come on to work in the crease for Florida Southern. And Gately was going to come on in place of Yamelli. Yamelli was sitting there in the frame, and Gately was about to start her run out onto the field. The 3 officials were over in the offensive zone keeping an eye on Florida Southern, so no one saw Gately about 5 yards onto the field. Certainly did not affect play by any stretch, but Would have been a very interesting scenario if there had been a transition situation and the Crusaders have got to contend with 2 keepers. Of course, by then the officials would have spotted it, as we've got a goal for Florida Southern as Ashley Norberg finds the back of the net, the sophomore out of Prior Lake, Minnesota. And the lead goes back to 12 at 19-7.
She's still on. 7:53. 7:53.
So we're inside 8 minutes remaining. Our plan for this evening is to be on the air at 5:45 for baseball action between the Crusaders and the Barton College Bulldogs. We'll do our best to get to that number. It'll be an audio-only broadcast, so we will have the Ortho Carolina postgame show.
Scored by number 37, Ashley Norberg.
Felsosi will now come back on. It's the 12-goal advantage for Florida Southern. We'll see Yasmina Hernandez contend with Riley Bannatyne inside the circle. Florida Southern gains possession off the draw as Maganzini will have it for the Mocs as that pass sails high and wide out of bounds. Possession to the Crusaders off the turnover. Alicia Izzo works it into the midfield for the Crusaders. That pass for Kranich and a forced turnover by Florida Southern is Grace Glenecki forcing a bad pass from the Crusaders, and now they'll look ahead. It's right down the middle, splitting. A shooting space violation will draw the free position. It's going right down the middle was Abby Jocelyn. And Jocelyn, the sophomore out of Waxhaw, North Carolina. Oh, they're going to call the foul, perhaps a charge on Jocelyn. A bit of a surprise as the turnover goes to the Crusaders. Surprisingly, Florida Southern, a national level program, has a couple of players on their roster from the Charlotte metro area. As they really do cover the entire map. If you look at their roster and where it lays out geographically, I should say, as Luca loses the handle on it. And we'll have a false start on Florida Southern, which will turn possession over, as that was Kelsey O'Connor, the junior out of West Babylon, New York, who tried to track it down. So Allison Klein will have it for the Crusaders, and they'll restart. Katie Kavanaugh back behind the frame with Yasmina Hernandez. Felsosi draws the switch. Now to Luca. Luca with a step, fires, and she gets it past Gately. It's Rebecca Luca with the goal. If it counts, it'll be her second of the afternoon. And the Crusaders trim the lead. So the goal for Luca makes it 19-8. as we get deep into this contest. 3:20 remaining. Just a programming note, as soon as we're done with play here in about 3 minutes from now, we'll have a 60-second Ortho Carolina timeout, and then we'll go right into the Ortho Carolina postgame show. That'll give us an opportunity to break down everything here necessary to get ready for baseball action coming up at the top of the 6 o'clock hour. Florida Southern will work it around. As Jocelyn goes near side over to Cassie Brown. Brown from nearby Indian Trail. Jocelyn from Waxhaw. Stromberg gets the turnover, loses the handle on it briefly, still trying to track it down. She'll get some help from Pearson. Mary Alyssa Pearson now with a chance to run. Aceman. Now to Luca. Luca with the spin move, but is being doubled outside of the 8-meter frame. She draws the whistle, and Luca will get the restart at the edge of the 12-meter area. So Luca will angle back behind the frame, and will start the offense there. This could conceivably be the last possession for the Crusaders as Eastman is able to work past her defender. Luca finds her, and she's able to jam it past Mary Gately. And the Crusaders will get Eastman her third goal of the afternoon. And that cuts the lead to 19-9. And so the Crusaders, with the marker from Eastman, makes it 19-9.
Belmont Abbey goal is scored by number 3, Kylie Eastman. Assist to number 24, Rebecca Luca.
So this could very well be the final draw of the afternoon, as Stromberg in the middle against Bannatyne. And we near the 1 minute mark remaining. Jocelyn. Half minute remaining from Alumni Field. It's Bannatyne. Goes back behind the frame to Couch. The shot covered, and Brannon has it. As Brannon, examining the pitch, finally gets out to Luca. Luca's going to advance it toward Klein, but that'll do it as the Crusaders fall 19-9 to Florida Southern. When we come back, we'll have the Ortho Carolina postgame show here in just a moment.
Pain. Pain doesn't just work 9 to 5. Pain can work round the clock, hours and hours, without even thinking of taking a break. So when you're hurting, you don't want to wait for an appointment. You need relief now. Well, there is a solution. Ortho Carolina's Urgent Care can provide relief for the entire family when time is of the essence. Our after-hours clinics are conveniently located near you when you need us. Ortho Carolina's expert staff is ready to treat strains, sprains, minor dislocations, sports injuries, joint pain, and more. The next time you or a loved one is hurting on an evening or over the weekend, we'll be ready to help. It's the same state-of-the-art care, professionalism, and expertise that's made Ortho Carolina a leader in the Southeast. Pain doesn't happen when it's handy, and you shouldn't have to wait to get relief. Visit orthocarolina.com for a list of urgent care locations and hours. Ortho Carolina. You improve.
Back here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network, the Ortho Carolina postgame show as the contest has come to a conclusion. The 4th-ranked Mocs of Florida Southern taking down the Crusaders 19-9 here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. A lot of folks we want to thank this afternoon. Dr. Ron John Matra of Ortho Carolina, Blair Primus, also in helping with the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Thank you for what you do. Folks, don't forget, for excellence in orthopedics, there's only one name to remember: Ortho Carolina. You improved. It's the Crusaders on the afternoon. Their record goes to 11-4 on the season. As Florida Southern, absolutely, especially on the offensive end, as good as advertised, as they put up 19 goals in the contest against the Crusaders. And it started out very quickly for Florida Southern. Not even 4 minutes into the contest, they had a 3-goal advantage, forcing the Crusaders to take a timeout. They would stretch the lead to 6-1. The Crusaders, after being down by 5 goals, would show some resolve in the first half, stretching or taking the game to 6-4. It got to 8-4 on back-to-back goals from Florida Southern, and a real turning point in the contest. And again, I don't know that this is going to be a situation where the Crusaders can look back and say this was the opportunity that cost them. But a Rebecca Luca goal nullified, instead making an 8-5 game, an 8-4 game after the goal was nullified. Crusaders player had to remain in the box another 2 minutes. Florida Southern was able to stretch it as they went to 9-5 up. They would continue to build that lead going to the halftime locker room, where they would lead 12-5. From that point, they would continue to pour it on, scoring the first 3 goals of the second half, taking it to 15-5, and that's pretty much where we ran a continuing clock the rest of the way, as Florida Southern gets the win 19-9 against the Crusaders. In the contest for Florida Southern, they had 36 shots, 23 shots on goal, as they converted 19 times, 10 on assist. So they were led by Emily Santolia at 4 goals. Shannon Matza had 2. Danny Bersinger with 2. Shannon Gilfetter had 2. Megan O'Brien had 2. O'Brien also had 4 assists in the contest, along with Bersinger, had 2 assists in the contest. For the Crusaders, they had 9 goals scored, 24 shots, 14 on goal, as Rebecca Luca had 2 goals, 4 assists. Rebecca Stromberg with 2 goals, 1 assist. Felsosi with a pair of goals, and then Kylie Eastman with 3 goals in the contest to lead the way for the Crusaders, as the Crusaders were never able to draw any closer, as they lose 19-9 this afternoon on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. To let you know of what's coming up next on the network, a little bit later on, roughly an hour from now, we'll have the action on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network, as the Crusaders will take on Barton in baseball action here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network from Abbey Yard. Also, tomorrow we'll have men's lacrosse action, 12:45 airtime for a 1 o'clock start between the Limestone Saints and the Belmont Abbey Crusaders. That'll be followed by more baseball action, as the Crusaders will wrap up their 3-game set against Barton College on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. So as we bid you adieu from Alumni Field, a lot of folks we want to thank this afternoon. Want to thank our producer, Taylor C. this afternoon. Want to thank Carter Eck and Wes Hollifield doing the camera work this afternoon on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Want to thank Director of Athletics Stephen Miss, Associate AD Paul Lyon, Assistant Athletic Directors Jackie Gable and Justin Bates. I want to thank Director of Athletic Communications, Jim Steffen. I want to thank John Fitzgerald and Brooks Ledger for their work on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network, as the Crusaders fall this afternoon 19-9 against the 4th-ranked Florida Southern Mocs here at Alumni Field. Until we're back tomorrow with men's lacrosse action, this is Brian Rushing signing off, hoping that you have a fantastic evening. We'll see you next time on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network. Good night, everybody. Crusaders Athletics on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network has been brought to you by Pine Island Country Club, Domino's, Moss Realty, the Hampton Inn by Hilton at Montcross, and Ortho Carolina. You improve. Don't forget, your online home for all things Crusaders can be found at www.abbeyathletics.com. We thank you for tuning in. We can't wait to see you next time right here on the Belmont Abbey Sports Network.